Can you shed some light more on the current investors that are part of the project? Why do you believe they actually join and are part of this whole journey?
The main two investors are Mario and myself. The project has been in the planning for quite some time, for more than or close to 15 years. We had a chance of starting the project twice before. Twice something happened. First time it was the financial crisis with Lehman, when we basically were ready to start building, and then everything stopped. The second time was recently, before COVID. We were getting ready in 2019, and COVID stopped the whole world. And now it's a third time around. I firmly believe that everything happens for a reason and there are no coincidences. So the world now is ready. The world now is very aware of how important health and other matters are that maybe were forgotten in the past because everybody was just going after the money and trying to look at their career and, live the day by today. But after that experience of the last couple of years, I think now the sensitivity to different topics is at a height. There's a lot of things happening in today's world. And the time for the Garden of Life Bali and for the Garden of Life initiative is right. So me being here in Dubai, knowing quite a few people, started to talk about our project, and I found a group of mostly Europeans, mostly German-speaking, not just all from Germany, but from Germany, from Poland, from Slovakia, from Austria, from Switzerland. People who have been successful in their business, who've mostly left their home country. So actually none of them is living in the country that they were born. So they emigrated somewhere else. Some live in South America, some live in Dubai, some live in different places. But they all share that passion of doing something that lasts, of leaving a legacy, of being part of something bigger. And if you look around, there aren't many projects that offer you what we offer, because you either need to be a big time investor and come in with a lot of money, or you can buy something small, but you have no say. So in the Garden of Life Bali now, with these partners that we have, they were able to make an investment. But they're also able to actively be part of what we do. And as the main topics in Bali that we're dealing with is spirituality, is sustainability, is culture and tradition. It's a beautiful island where it's probably on the bucket list of every person on the planet to visit once. Now giving them the chance to not just be part of something that will make them money in the future, but also do good, and have a project basically laid up in front of them, which is ready to go, because me and Mario have worked on the concept for the last 15 plus years. So something where they can jump in, they can contribute, but will not have to wait 5 years to see something happen, because we're actually planning already by 2024 Q2 to start constructing. So them getting the chance to get involved now, perfect timing, good people, and very much aligned with our vision.
We keep mentioning the Garden of Life initiative, and it's not actually abstract, because you bought actually a land that's actually physically in Bali, right?
That's correct. We've bought the land about 18 years ago. We've invested more than $8 million today. We have very good connections to the governments. We have all the necessary permits to build. We have a big local support. We have done a lot of research. We are ready to go. So it's not just a project that abstract in our minds that maybe or maybe not in some day will happen. In our minds, it's happened already. We see it already clearly in front of us. Hence, building it in the metaverse first to give other people the chance to see our vision in real pictures. But the Garden of Life, yes, it's a real project, and it's starting very soon in Bali.
We've done a bit of research, and we've seen that you can actually buy a tree of life. You've also mentioned the hexagon. Can you explain what it is exactly when you mentioned the word hexagon?
Yes. So the hexagon is it's going back to. Maybe I need to go back a little bit further then. So the Garden of Life Bali, as well as every other Garden of Life, is built on the principle of sacred geometry, and it features in its center a symbol. In Bali, it is the flower of life. In the other four project, it will be different symbols: the seed of life, the germ of life, the fruit of life, and the tree of life. Now, all of these 5 symbols are part of sacred geometry, and they're all based on a mathematical formula known as the Fibonacci order of numbers. People have heard probably of the golden ratio. Architects are using this when they design their structures. But what a lot of people don't know is that nature and life is using Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio basically in all its structures. It's built into our DNA. If you take the double helix of our DNA and you unwind it, then you will see the tree of life built into our DNA. If you look at sunflowers, if you look at the universe, if you look at tornadoes, you will see a spiral form in pretty much everywhere you look in nature. And this is all based on the golden ratio and on the Fibonacci number or the Fibonacci order of numbers. So we make use of this in our entire planning. And the centerpiece of our Bali project is the flower of life. The flower of life is the most powerful energy symbol in the world. It's been around for thousands of years. You can find the flower of life engraved into the pyramids of Gizeh, into the Forbidden City in Beijing, in many, many different parts of the world. The Inca temples, Maya temples in South America. So old, very old, and from beginning of time, these symbols were known. And we have decided that we want to build the biggest one on the planet. So the flower of life will be the biggest energy field in the world. And as a beehive, the strongest structure in, if you want to put single pieces together, are hexagons, because they all fit. And you just look at the beehive, it's all hexagons, and the bees are building it with incredible precision. So our roof, which is a dome form, is built out of 222,222 hexagons. And we have planned to use the power of crowdfunding to offer these individual hexagons to people around the world to purchase. Now, once you purchase a hexagon, what will you get? You will get a hexagon as a digital asset inside our metaverse, but you will also have that hexagon in the physical building in Bali, which means 222,000 people will be building together and financing together one building. And what we do for these people then is we are going to engrave their name, their date of birth, their country of birth, into the hexagon, so that their individual birth energy will become part of the largest energy field on the planet. And this has a very strong spiritual, symbolic meaning, where we send a very clear message to the world that we want everybody to unite, regardless of your gender, your race, your education, your social status. Everybody can be part of the largest energy field on the planet. We are all humans. We are all made out of blood and flesh. And the world would be a better place if people remember that and come together and work on solutions together rather than trying to fight each other.
So the numbers are chosen carefully.
Exactly. So we have each of our 5 projects is given a number. When you look at the order of Fibonacci, there are 5 single-digit numbers. It's the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, and the 8. So we have allocated the number 2 to Bali. So everything that we do in Bali is based on is featuring the number 2. The tree costs $22. The hexagon costs $222. We have 222,222 hexagons. We have 22 columns that are holding the flower of life. And these columns are offered to corporates, to companies that would like to become a column of the society to support through their CSR programs. And these columns cost $22,222. When you purchase them, you own them, which also means that if in future you ever wanted to sell them, you can do so. But these columns become your advertising space in the real project in Bali when it's built, so you can promote your company, your services. We will be very selective. We will only be choosing companies that suit and have that suit us, that suit the project, and that have a genuine CSR program built into their company structure. Apart from the presence in the real project, you will also be featured in the metaverse, where you can then advertise and do things so that you create awareness for your services and products.
And the same will be applicable to the different projects.
Exactly. So we do, Bali is now our test case, our pilot project. And once that is all up and running and working smoothly, we will implement the same for the UAE, for Botswana, for Brazil, and for Iceland. Obviously, always trying to attract local companies. Brazil, we are not going to advertise for Balinese companies, but we will then work and invite companies in South America to support the project, yes.
But how does the Garden of Life ensure that it stays true to the needs and sensibilities of each region? Because sometimes when the project really goes big and mass, then you have the whole politics that might go into it. So how do you really, or you maintain the whole sensibility of the different region?
We have different measures in mind. First of all, when we support these projects, we are working with local entities and local NGOs. So when we go to Botswana, it's not going to be us to implement and to support. We are going to choose very carefully existing NGOs or institutions that we believe, after our due diligence, are doing the job as we expect them to. Secondly, we are setting up a council with renowned and respected members of different regions, of different backgrounds, and these people will oversee the monies and the projects or the project support. And thirdly, very important, transparency. Everything that we do, we will communicate in advance. We will be documenting everything that we do. We will be using blockchain to show flow of funds. And we believe that by working with these best practices, a lot of other people and a lot of other companies might want to adapt and adopt these practices and work in a similar way as we do. Because these projects are not made for us or to enrich ourselves. These projects are made to support and to help a large number of people globally. So the measures to put in place to make sure that this can be done are obviously very important, and this is something that will evolve because it's not common that companies operate like this in today's world.
What's the next big vision or project for the Garden of Life? Where do you see this initiative in the next decade?
The Garden of Life at its current vision already is a very ambitious project. And each project itself, the physical project, will have a lot of challenges. So, as I said earlier, going back to the sports, we set ourselves targets. The first target now is to get the Garden of Life Bali started, constructed, up and running. At the same time, we are promoting the initiative. We're looking for global supporting partners. We are already setting our eye on the second project, either Botswana or Brazil. But we will only start that project once, all the initial mistakes that you do when you start a project, we have made and we have ironed out. So Bali is our testing ground. Bali is home to me, so this is something where I can arrange things very quickly and easily. Botswana is different. We will have to be very careful when we enter those countries. But the long-term vision is, within the next 10 years, having all 5 of these projects built, at least 4, because for the UAE, with the focus being alternative energies and technologies, we are eyeing actually or playing with the idea of just having or just building it in the metaverse only, because building it in the real world with the speed that technologies are changing, we might be ending up, going to the site and constantly having to change things around because suddenly technology shown there is already not up to present development. So in the metaverse, we can make changes much, much faster, much, much quicker. So right now we're looking at the possibility of the UAE only being built in the metaverse, all other 4 projects being built in the real world. But taking that even further and having also in mind that all of our projects are going to have a very strong educational character, we might have satellite projects on every continent, in every country around the world, that will take up certain kind of aspects of those main projects, will recruit people, will help to find projects that we as an initiative want to get involved in. So potentially, not on 10 years, I think we will be busy with building the 5 projects that we have on our hands right now. But talk 20 or 30 years, this could be a living organism that keeps crawling into every country around the world and offers real alternative to just profit-driven companies. Offering a new way of giving back by social impact investment, people making profits, but at the same time helping. And I think that's the new paradigm when it comes to donations. People are tired of just giving away money. They want to know where their money goes. And if your money is going and you're getting something back in whatever form that rewards you for giving, then I think that has, in today's society, a much better chance of acceptance and success.
And right now, if I were to go and actually be part of it, where do I go? How can I participate from now?
Very simply, go to our website, gardenof.life. There you will see the 5 different projects. You can support by buying collectibles, NFTs for all 5 projects already. In Bali, it would be the
From now.
already. In Bali, it would be the Tree of Life or the hexagon or the columns. In the UAE, it would be the hexagon or the column. In Botswana, it would be NFTs of endangered animals. In Brazil, endangered trees. And in Iceland, it will be NFTs of crystals. We actually, and that goes back a bit to astrology and again energies and spirituality. Each month has a certain kind of crystal or gemstone that is meant to be your birth crystal. And we do that in Iceland, where we have 12 different crystals depending on the 12th month of the year. So if you were born in February, it would be the amethyst. And if you're then buying your crystal NFT there, you would have your personalized amethyst in the metaverse of Iceland.
Beautiful. So everything's on the website. All the added value and all the impact is all available there.
All is there, and it's constantly being updated and upgraded as well. So the basic version is there. Hopefully very soon we will have our metaverse embedded into it as well. And, you will see a lot of add-ons and a lot of social media being added constantly because, as I said earlier, this is a living project. It grows every day with every person, with every supporter that comes to it. And we can only see and hope that this will take on a lot of speed in the next couple of months. We've now completed the phase of building the foundation when it comes to our social media and our online digital presence. The next 3 months, we will start to promote this and try to bring this to as many people as we can. And from there, we will grow stronger and stronger.